Hello, friends. Welcome to another Stamp With Me Tuesday. Tonight, we are doing an easy card making technique that I am just simply calling doodling on patterned paper because that's basically what we're doing. We're just going to take our pattern paper and we are going to step it up a notch with some Stampin' Write markers. And I think you're going to love this technique. I think you're going to see just how easy it is to do and something fun. So if you are here and joining me live, let me know if you plan to work along with me tonight, or if you're just going to watch and then make a card later. Same thing if you're joining us later and watching the replay. I'd love to know that if you're stamping along with the replay, or if you plan to make the card later on. I always like to know those things. And I appreciate y'all being here. If this is your first time here, I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping. I'm going to help you reconnect with your inner artist by using stamps, ink, and paper to create beautiful handmade cards and gifts quickly and easily, just like this. So I'm going to go ahead, make my workspace look a little bit bigger so we can jump in and get started. Hello, Carol Sue. Hello, Shannon. Happy Tuesday. All right, here's my Stampin' Write markers. I pulled out the brights tonight. So I have the bright Stampin' Write markers and I have the bright 6x6 pattern paper. I'm just going to slide my markers aside. Each year, Stampin' Up comes out with a 6x6 pattern paper, and it's two pieces of each color. There's two patterns, well, four patterns. Yeah, there's multiple pieces. So you get a couple of each color. This is the brights. You can see one side has polka dots, one side has some plants, and then the other side we have stripes, and we have some, I don't know what that is, some sort of a pattern. And each year they do a little bit different patterns. So you never know what you're going to get. This is the one from this year, and that's what I'm going to use tonight because I really like it. Of course, I have two other samples to share with you at the end using different stuff. So all right, I'm going to pull out a piece. I pulled out a piece that is lemon lime twist. And I'm going to use some Granny Apple Green. So I have my Granny Apple Green Stampin' Write markers. Now these markers are just water-based markers. They're kind of like your Crayola marker, but nicer. You just ordered all of the Stampin' Write markers, Lisa? Yeah, because they're awesome. So they have a brush tip on one side. You can see the brush tip. And then on the other side, they have a bullet tip, and it's really nice. I mean, it's fine, but it's not like super, super fine. So it's good for journaling if you're doing scrapbooking, and it's good for this technique of doodling on pattern paper. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to start by adding lines inside these big bold leaves. So I am just going to start by drawing in some lines, just adding a detail to the leaves that wasn't there before. And this is just going to take, this is going to take a few minutes because there's a lot of doodling to do. Now, you could do all different things. You could do stuff like this, like I'm doing. You could take a pattern or a piece of pattern paper that's even less defined. That's maybe just, how we have some of those that are like watercolor washes and things like that. And you could draw shapes on it to add your own doodles to it. You're going to see later, I have one that I added additional lines to a plaid to make it multicolored. So you can add lines to stripes and plaids to change the color scheme a little bit. All different stuff you can do. Don't be afraid to play with your pattern paper. So all these leaves that were kind of filled in white, I am coming and just adding in like an outline inside of them. And I'm not doing, you can see I'm going pretty fast. I am not being super, super careful as I go. If it's not perfect, it doesn't matter because it's just doodling. And by the time you get done, you won't even really notice. All right, so I did all those like inside the bold ones. Now I think we have some leaves that are like just outlines, and I think I'm going to outline those again. So I'm going to add some outline. And I haven't made this card yet, so I played a little bit, but I didn't make the full card. So we'll see how it turns out. I never know. But just kind of outlining some of these outline leaves. Adding additional outlines. Let's see. There's one over here. There's some more over here. And again, I'm going pretty fast. Not, taking my time. There's a leaf right here. All right, I think I got, oops, there's one here. And I think I have all the leaves done. Okay, so I have the leaves done. Now I think I'm going to come in with my Flirty Flamingo marker. And I'm going to do the same thing on the flowers. So I'm going to color kind of in the inside of the white ones. Or right on the edge. And I'm going to color around the outside of the outline ones. It's kind of like in middle school, it's like drawing bubble letters. So there we go. Again, this is just going to take a minute. I totally messed that flower up, but it's okay. You won't notice. So, how are y'all doing tonight while I'm just coloring around all of my flowers? This is kind of therapeutic. Like I feel it's kind of calming because I'm just going quickly. I don't really have to think about it. I'm just following the lines. So it is very, very windy at my house. It was windy yesterday too. I just feel like sometimes the whole house has been shaking. So, Now, I should let you know while I'm sitting here doing all this drawing, these Stampin' Write markers, which are really awesome and lots of fun techniques you can do with them, you can get 2 free sets of them. They come in sets of 10 by color collection. So I'm using the Brights color collection, but there's also the Subtles or the Regals or the Neutrals. And you can get 2 free sets of them when you join Stampin' Up in the month of February, or in actually January and February, starting now, it started a few weeks ago because it's part of celebration, but through the end of February, which is really awesome because you get them in addition to everything else that you get. So you still get to pick $125 worth of free product, but then you also get to choose which of the 2 color collections of markers you want. So super awesome. And you get an exclusive stamp set that's only available if you were a demonstrator back in December and you pre-ordered it, which was how I have mine to show you. But otherwise, when you join Stampin' Up, when you get the starter kit, otherwise it's not available. So that's really cool. All right. I added all that. I think one last thing. I'm going to come in with my pumpkin pie and I'm going to color some centers. So Sherry, am I using the Stampin' Write markers? Yes, I'm using the Stampin' Write markers. So I'm just adding centers to my flowers because I feel like every flower needs a center. So, and this one has centers. I'm just kind of coloring it in, adding. I'm not really staying on top of the little center that's there. So, pumpkin pie. Going really quick again. All right. We're almost done. You can tell me what you think. So there we go. I colored all that. That's what it looks like. Isn't that kind of fun? Just a little bit different look. You can really make it your own and make it unique. I could have picked a different color. I could have had blue flowers or different, I don't know. I could have had orange flowers. I just went with Flirty Flamingo. So super fun. Now I'm going to do a couple more things. I have pieces to put together. I'm pulling out the Greetings for All Mix and Match ephemera pack again because I'm in love with these. They're just so great for adding sentiments. It's like I don't have to even do anything. So I'm going to grab these. I'm going to use, I hope this is the choice I want to make. I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green marker again. This is what I was doing the outlines with. And I'm going to color in my sentiment. So it says, "Oh, happy day." And I want it to be green. So we're going to color it Granny Apple Green with the markers again. So there's a lot of coloring tonight. I'm going to start getting nervous that I'm taking too long with my coloring. And I wish I could pull in the camera closer, but unfortunately I can't really unless I like physically move the camera, and that will just lead to chaos. Chaos, chaos, chaos. Right. I'm going to do even more coloring after this. Like so much coloring. Right. So there we go. I'm going to come down here before I turn it around. I'm going to turn it around to color that H because it's on the other side. That way I can hold down my piece of paper so it doesn't move while I try to color it. All right, we're going to turn that around. Oh, you guys like it. I'm so glad. I can't wait to show you the other two cards that I have too because they are really, really cute. They turned out really cool, I think, personally. Now, like I said, this technique really works best with a designer series paper that isn't too detailed. If it already has a lot of detail or outliner on it, it's probably not going to work as well. But something that's really, washy or basic is going to work really well. All right, so there's our "Oh, happy day" that I colored in. And now I'm going to pull out the stamp set. So this is the stamp set. This is the exclusive stamp set. So cute. It's called Homemade Designs. I'm going to use that. I'm going to grab a piece of white, and I'm using thick because I feel like when I color with these markers, it kind of soaks in the paper a little bit. So the basic white thick just gives it more paper to soak into. All right, I'm inking up this giant flower with Berry Burst ink. And yes, the leaves are purpley pink, but I'm actually going to remove the leaves. We're going to cut those off, so I don't really care. All right, there is 2 flowers. I'm going to make 2 flowers. I hope that works. We'll see. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to grab my Daffodil Delight marker, and I'm just going to color in the centers. And I don't care that it's going out of the lines. So just adding a little bit of yellow center there to start with. Then I'm grabbing the Flirty Flamingo, and now I'm going to use the brush tip, and I am going to color this all in. Kind of petal by petal. Going kind of quickly. Just to color it all. And if I leave some white spots, I don't care. So I kind of like when there's a little bit of white spot. It just kind of gives it a hasty look, I guess we could call it. I don't know. So let's color this all in. But I am kind of going along the petals just because if the ink dries a little bit, and we're going to actually do this as a kind of a technique after this, if the ink from the marker dries a little bit and then you go over it, it is going to show. So by going kind of petal by petal, it's giving me a clear start and stop point, so I don't accidentally do that. Kind of working in small areas to color this. So, all right. We're going to do 2 of these. Y'all got to hang tight while I color tonight. And then we're going to put the card together, I think. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The colors match my sweater. Jill, you're right. The colors do match my sweater. Because I love pink and orange. All right. I'm coloring the second flower. I don't know what kind of flower this is. Do y'all know? Any ideas what kind of flower this is? Is it like a fancy, I don't know, like, I don't know, fancy marigold? Like, it looks like a marigold to me, but with like a bajillion extra petals. I'm not very good with flowers. I am not a gardener. I've actually decided I don't like gardening. I had dreams like when we got our house, I was like, oh, I'm going to have flower beds. I'm going to do all this stuff. And then I started to do it and I was like, I really don't like this. This is just work. I would rather be playing with some stamps than gardening. So I don't know. Y'all need to hear from all my gardeners out there. You can tell me if you know what kind of flower this is, because I certainly do not. All right, so we've almost got the first little bit put down on the second flower. I'll show you what this looks like. So there we go. There's our flowers. All right, now, so Lisa, if you are a demonstrator, unfortunately, you had to get it in December. That was when demonstrators could pre-order it. Now, nobody can get it unless you sign up for the demonstrator starter kit. All right, so now what I am doing is I am taking the pink and I am just going back over it. You think it's a peony? Maybe. I think it's like the little stem that's throwing me off because I don't know. I think of peonies as being on big bushes. So I'm just going kind of on the outside of each line to add a little bit of shading. And again, I'm going very quickly, not doing a very good job, but it doesn't matter because no one is going to look at it that closely. So I'll make sure I get all of them. And there. All right, so let me show you what that looks like. Can you see that? Doesn't that just add? And it's the same color. You think it's a hydrangea, Lisa? Okay. So it's just the same color. Like that's all Flirty Flamingo. I'm adding the shadow, the shading with the same pen, with the same marker. So super easy. All right, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to stop doing this one because I did one. I did try this just to make sure that it worked and I already cut it out. So in the interest of saving myself some time, I'm just going to stop there and I'm going to cut out this one. Again, I'm just getting rid of those leaves because I don't want them. And I'm just going to cut around this. I have no idea. I hope this card comes together well. We're going to find out very soon. It might look funny. I don't know. I'm very nervous. All I get nervous doing this in front of you when I haven't like pre-made the exact card to make sure that everything looks right. Because usually when I make cards, y'all, I will let you in on a secret. When I make cards, I usually end up making the card twice before I'm really happy with what it looks like. Because I'll change things as I go. I'll be like, nope, that doesn't work, and I'll get rid of that, and then I'll add something else. Whereas here, I kind of just do it. On Tuesdays, that's what we do. We just kind of do it on the fly. I mean, if it was really bad, I'd have to ditch it. We'd have to try something else. But hopefully that won't be the case. All right. So there is my other flower. So far it looks pretty. Thank you, Lisa. All right. So I have the 2 flowers. Let's start putting this together for what I kind of have in mind. So here's my card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And this is Lemon Lime Twist. And then the piece of pattern paper that I had, this was 3 inches by 5 inches. And I have a piece of Granny Apple Green that is 3 1/8 inch by 5 1/8 inch. And my plan is to layer those up and then put it up here. And then I'm thinking we'll put a flower there and a flower here. And then put the Oh Happy Day right over top of it. What do we think? Oh, that's kind of fun. I think it needs some leaves. We're going to just do some leaves. I'm going to clean off my stamp because I don't actually want red leaves. That would just be weird. I'm going to clean that off. And I'm going to get out my Granny Apple Green ink pad. Go back in my cardstock. And I'm just going to stamp the leaves. So I'm just going to stamp this half of it. Ink that up really good. Stamp that on there. Ink it up again, just in case I need to, or if this one stamps better. There we go. You love it, Sherry? Oh, good. You love how my sweater matches. Hey, I am all about matching. I am all about things matching. All right. I'm just going to come in and cut some of these leaves off. We'll see what they look like. Maybe I'll change my mind. So again, just doing a little fussy cutting, and I don't think I'm going to cut it like this. I might cut these apart. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. We're creating on the fly tonight because I definitely had not planned to do leaves. You're from Alberta, California. What stamp set am I using? I'm using the Handmade Design stamp set. This is a set that you can get free when you join Stampin' Up! In January or February. It's exclusive to new demonstrators. All right, there's some leaves. Let's see. So my thought is just to kind of, yeah, we're going to cut these apart. We're going to make these into 2. So now, just kind of, oh yeah, maybe over here. Oh, I like that. I like it at the bottom. All right, that's what we'll do. That'll look pretty sweet. And then we'll add some gems to it too. So now we can glue. Now we can do the gluing. Find my green glue. And I'm going to adhere this together. Again, this piece is 3 by 5 inches, the pattern paper. And I'm gluing it on a piece of Granny Apple Green that is 3 1/8 by 5 1/8. And then we're going to put that on our card front. So you might have to pop it up. I'm going to pop up the sentiment. I think that's what I'm I'm going to pop up. I'm going to try not to pop up everything. I'm going to pop up the sentiment though. So put some adhesive on my flowers. There's one. We'll put the adhesive over here on this flower. I didn't go all the way to the sides because I am going to slide some leaves in there. So I wanted to leave a little bit of space in case I need to tuck them underneath. Now come in with this leaf. This one I think I'm going to put over here. There we go. And then let me see, this one I think maybe up here. Yeah, I think so. We're going to put that one up there. You like it, Sue? I am so glad. Yay. Help me if you know what embellishments, if you have an idea of what embellishment you think I should put on here, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll start pulling some out when I get done with this, but we got to think what kind of embellishments we want. Because I have nothing, I didn't plan anything, but I feel like it needs to be embellished with some sort of dot or gem or something. Lisa, you love it. Oh, good. The tiny bee trick. Oh, that might be cute. A little hint of gold on there. That's pretty. All right. Ooh, that's not straight though. Peel that off. Try again. Get it straight. There we go. Ooh, look at that. What do you think? Kind of a fun, something different. All right. So Sherry said the tiny bee trinkets, and I think that might be really pretty. So let's see. Maybe put one in there. One there. They don't show up really great on the flowers, but we'll see. We'll figure this out. I want to put 3 of them on here because I always like to do things in odd numbers. It just works out better. And I don't know, like it makes sense that the bee would be going downward to like go towards the center of the flower, but that looks weird to me. So I think I'm not going to make my bee go downward. We'll do it like that. What do we think? Let's see if I can hold that out without them all falling off. 3 little bees on there. All right, let's grab. I'm going to use some of the mini glue dots. Now, the mini glue dots are a little bit big for these bees, so you kind of have to put them on and then fold over the edges. And then you can stick them down, which is too bad. It's kind of frustrating. Frustrating that they're just a little bit too big. I pulled out way too much. So I just put it on top of the mini glue dot, pick it up, and then use my finger, hopefully very carefully, to kind of turn the mini glue dot over. All right, there's 2 bees. Here's our 3rd little bee. Those things are sticky. Sticky. Let's see. There we go. All right. There is our card. Now I got to show you the other ones that I have. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Check out those bees. Let me see if I can hold them up. There we go. Oh, so cute. All right. Let me show you the other cards I have. I'm going to put the top on my bees before they run away. So I also did kind of the same technique using the Everyday Happiness paper. And this one, I took some Lost Lagoon and Wild Wheat and Gray Granite, and I didn't fully outline the flowers. I just kind of followed the shading that was already there to just kind of add a little bit more. I love the way it was. That one I really, really liked. And then I used the Wildflower Birthdays, and this pattern paper back here was just a pink gingham, which was really cute. Like the pink gingham was cute, but I wanted to pull in some of that pool party. So I took a ruler and the pool party Stampin' Right marker, and I just drew more lines. I just drew more lines on it and got it just like that. Isn't that cute? So really a fun technique, and some way, a way to make your pattern paper look even more unique. Like you can take it and do what you want and add colors. I really like it for like adding colors like that. So you really get the color combination that you want and step it up a notch, but super fun. Super, super fun. I had fun with this week. So thank you all for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, you need help with anything, I am here for you. Just give me a shout. I'd love to help you out. Otherwise, I will be back on Thursday night, and we're going to do some scrapbooking on Thursday night. We'll see how it goes. My commitment to doing scrapbooking once a month, it's going to be this Thursday. So I will see y'all on Thursday night. I have a basic scrapbook layout that you could use with any paper or pictures or whatever you want to use. So I'll see you all on Thursday. Have a fabulous evening.